With the same topic, Harshvardhan Dole, the Vice President Institutional Equities at IIFL, has also joined in. Harsh, first up, what is the thought on Adani Power? Vineet Jain himself has not given us much by way of what kind of relief he will get in this quarter. But what are you estimating?
Well, let's not get into the quarterly gains or losses. I think if you look at the order in totality, what the CERC or the central regulator has said is these plants which were facing hardships on account of escalation in the fuel costs, at least the fuel will be more or less completely passed through till the time the actual coal costs are way above the assumptions in the PPA. So I think on a recurring basis, there is enough incentive for these plants to keep on generating and pumping power into the grid, which so far was grossly unviable. So from that perspective, I think it balances out the interests of the generating companies as well as the procurers of the power. There are some amount of cost under recoveries due to variation in the forex rate, and which are impacting adversely both Tata Power as well as Adani's Mundra units, and that estimate is is basically wiping out the return on equity that possibly these units could have been earning. So to me, the CERC order actually eliminates fuel under recoveries and ensures that cash losses for both these companies are eliminated incrementally.
Okay.
So let's not get into the quarterly gains or losses, because I think the order says that you have to pass on these benefits stroke losses on a monthly basis.
Okay. Now, Harsh, hi, good morning. Let's analyze these stocks one by one. Would you be bullish on Adani Power now? Because an analyst earlier on told us that he would wait to see more fuel supply certainty for some of the newer plants and, some more deleveraging of the balance sheet before taking a more constructive call on the stock. What would your recommendation be on Adani Power itself?
We don't have a formal coverage on Adani Power per se, but if I were to do an NPV valuation, I think assuming 0% ROE for the units at Mundra, and given the state of affairs at the other units, I think the stock offers at best a 10% upside on these set of assumptions. The upside thereafter would be a function of how quickly the rupee-dollar exchange rate changes in favor of these companies, and they can eliminate the under recovery in terms of the fixed costs. With respect to Tata Power, I think the fair value of Tata Power, assuming a 0% ROE for Mundra, works out to be anywhere between 90 and 95 rupees a share, and that assumes valuation of all other businesses remaining unchanged. I think the upside thereafter will be a function of how quickly can Tata Power, get in internal efficiencies to cut down fixed costs under recovery, or, perhaps one has to wait for the rupee dollar to come in Tata Power's favor. But structurally, I think the worst is over for both these companies if one is overtly concerned on the fuel cost under recoveries.
That's what I was coming to. I mean, should a person looking at the banking sector be of the view that at least Adani will not slip into a restructured or an NPL status?
Well, incrementally, surely, they will not have to go either to the parent or to the banks for, meeting their working capital requirements or to fund cash losses. Incrementally, cash losses are, completely eliminated.
Okay.
And mind you, one has to, bear in mind that this assumes a seamless execution of the order. There is a good chance that the ACBs may not actually go ahead and challenge this order. But an NGO or a political party, who knows? I mean, that's a big overhang that one has to watch out for at least one next 15 to 20 days.
But you think SEBs won't challenge?
I beg your pardon?
You said SEBs may not, the DISCOMs may not challenge.
Well, if one reads the CERC's order in totality, and if reads even the Deepak Parekh committee recommendations, I think all the apprehensions or concerns that distribution companies had raised, those more or less have been taken care.
Okay.
Secondly, if you look at the tariff of both these units, even after the compensatory tariff, that's close to about 3 rupee, in the region of 3 rupee, 3 rupee 25 paise, which is way far below the alternative price of power procurement. So in principle, there is a little scope for these distribution companies to challenge either of these contentions on the merit. So to me, the risk is more from non-ACB parties at this particular juncture. But one has to wait, like I said, for next 15 to 20 days to look forward who actually litigates this particular order.
Okay. What's your view on NTPC? That stock has gotten hit quite hard this morning. Are you expecting lower ROEs for NTPC? If yes, by how much? And would you trim your EPS and earnings estimates and price target for NTPC now?
Well, NTPC, frankly, we are quite disappointed. If one looks at the regulations proposed by the regulator, there were certain obvious things which were known. For example, NTPC will not earn on recurring basis, such as tax arbitrage, etc. But even if one adjusts this, the recurring impact on NTPC's EPS is close to about 20 to 15% on FY15 onwards. Importantly, the core ROEs for the company will see a massive dilution from about 22% to about 18 to 19%, and the reported ROEs will dwindle down to less than 10%. So as such, the stock, although it remains pretty much attractively valued on FY15, close to one-time book, there is limited trigger over the next 6 to 8 months, unless the dividend payout goes out materially, or they actually resort to some inorganic growth.
Yeah, reported ROEs will dwindle down to 10% from where? What is the current level?
Currently, those are about 12% odd, and those will go down to less than 10%.
Okay.
Where there's this particular regulations to be implemented in totality.
Finally, Harsh, anything positive on other power companies like, say, Reliance Power, because of the manner in which this one has been resolved? Should they expect relief on their dollar assumptions or any other assumptions?
I think it will be incorrect to draw a parallel or conclusion out of these two. I think CERC is evaluating each company on a case-by-case basis and merit of the cases.
All right.
The intent of the regulator is very much clear. They want to balance out the interest of the developers as well as the end off-takers of the power.
All right, Harsh.
So that remains the main point, and one has to see over a period of time how quickly this can be balanced out.
All right, Harsh, thanks so much for giving us lots of clarity on this entire issue. Thanks for joining us. That's the word coming in from IIFL. You can watch this entire conversation on moneycontrol.com. We take a